We created money. We created jobs. This behind me, this was already here long before we were. This is what's real. This is what's real. It's beautiful out here. It's kind of been raining all day, on and off. It's pretty chill right now though. Reconnecting with nature today. I'm trying to do that more. Trying to find inner peace. You know, the world can get a little hectic. Work can get hectic. All the everyday stresses we deal with. Reconnecting with nature is super important to me. And that definitely helps my mental health a lot. So that's what we're doing today. Just gonna spend time out here, and I invite you guys to join me. Hit that subscribe button if you like nature and art and content like that. That's what I'm all about. Community and creativity, inspiration, motivation, peace and love. But yeah, let's go for a hike, y'all. I want to talk a little bit about where I'm at in life. See if y'all can relate. That's one thing I want to. It's one thing I value with my content is I want to be transparent and honest and vulnerable as I grow as a content creator and as an artist, whatever. So yeah, last January or this past January, I was laid off. I was at a job that I had been at for coming up on 4 years, and it was like my first real job. Well, I don't want to say real. I want to say corporate job out of college. And I was doing marketing for them, and you know, it paid the bills, but it wasn't something I could see myself doing for a long time. And 4 years was a lot longer than I wanted to be working at that company. But you know, I would say at the end of year one, I was ready to quit. And just, my whole thing is I don't believe in working for your entire life. I don't think that's why we're here on earth. Working for the man, living paycheck to paycheck, barely scraping by. Like, that can't be life. I think our generation at least understands that at this point. There's more to life than that. Let me make sure this is still recording. All right, we're good. There's got to be more to life than that, right? We can agree on that, I hope. So yeah, I don't dream of labor by any means, unless it's homesteading. We'll get into that. But yeah, so I had been debating quitting, and you know, I went back and forth, but ultimately I needed to pay my rent and provide for myself and my girlfriend, so I don't have that safety net to fall back on and just quit my job. So I stayed around. Yes, I searched for other jobs. Yes, I applied to hundreds of jobs. Didn't get a new job. Long story short, was laid off January of this year, the beginning of this year. So I think sometimes I'm a big believer in the universe. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I believe I'm on my life journey. And she does things in my best interest. No way. Student everywhere. I see his tag all over Providence. We're in Canton, Massachusetts right now. Ultimately, like what I'm doing right now, just hiking, chilling, being free, is what my soul wants. So it's just a matter of figuring out how I can, at least at this point in my life, be able to do what I wake up and do what I want and still be able to provide for my family. And we live in the digital age of social media, and I know that's totally possible. just a matter of taking those steps to get to that point. That's why I'm out here today. Living your purpose and, make an impact. Figuring out what it is that you want to do in your existence. For me, that wasn't sitting in a cubicle designing flyers. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. And I understand that everything's a stepping stone. And like I said before, everything happens for a reason. And I'm grateful for people I met and the things I learned. But that chapter in my life is closed. And we're on to new chapters, new beginnings. And yeah. Now I'm really on some level. I want to buy land, homestead, be free, travel. We started a new travel series on this channel called Here For Now, where we find the most unique, affordable Airbnbs and rental properties around the world. We've stayed in 4 different ones so far. And it's been super eye-opening. Just being able to travel once a month and meet different people and learn about how they built their properties up. And we're actually heading to one next week, so be on the lookout for that. Going up to a cabin in Lake Winnipesaukee. But yeah, I just want to be happy, I really wasn't happy working in the cubicle, just staring at the clock, waiting to go home, just to get in the car and sit in an hour of traffic and get home all tired and grumpy and then fall asleep and do it again. That's not sustainable. And that's not fair to myself, to put myself through that. We've been taught that we have to get the good degree and get the good job and get the big house and the great big salary. That's the American dream. If you don't do that, you're a failure, basically. That's like the mindset, but at least that I was brought up around. And I just know that isn't true. I've known that my whole life. That's why my grades sucked. That's why I didn't want to go to college. That's why I don't want to work. My soul knows better. There's more to life than just that. And I'm not trying to shit on those who go that path. You can do whatever you want in this life. That's just not for me. I gotta be out here in nature. That's why I go by Lucas Nature. I'm just building my brand one day at a time. I love being out here, connecting. Because this is, at the end of the day, all the stuff I was talking about before is man-made. It's kind of made up in a sense. It really is. We created money. We created jobs. This behind me, this was already here long before we were. This is what's real. This is what's real. All that other stuff's artificial. It's man-made. I want to tap into what's real. I want to connect with what's real. I spent 28 years of my life connecting with man-made stuff, like school and work, discipline, agenda, schedules, timelines, meetings. I'm all set with that. I'm trying to be out here where it's quiet. There's no meetings, there's no timelines, there's no agendas, there's no homework, there's no test. We're just out here being free, just existing. It's like the trees, it's like the birds, like the bees, bars. If any of this is resonating with you, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Not only is it going to help my channel grow, but connecting with like-minded individuals is very important. Because at the end of the day, community is all we got. So if this is resonating with you, join the community and stay connected so that when you have those tough days, you're feeling down and questioning yourself for everything you've ever been taught, you have a community of people who share similar ideologies and you can rest assured that you're not crazy for wanting to live an alternative lifestyle. Okay? So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's do this together. I don't know everything. I am on my journey, just like everyone else. This is just the beginning. I'm just out here on a hike on a random Wednesday, walking my dog, unemployed as fuck, just figuring it out. You are not alone. I know it might feel that way sometimes, but you're not alone. But I can't just keep sitting on the couch, applying to jobs and sending my resume into the void. Been doing that for almost a year now. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So let's go all in on this content creation. Let's go all in on this YouTube channel. Let's do what we love. Let's wake up and do what we want. So that's what life is all about. That's what we deserve as living beings on this planet. Not to live for the man, not to help some CEO grow and do jack shit for yourself until you're 65. You ain't going on no trips at 65. I'm just playing. Of course you will. But let's not wait till we got arthritis to go live out our dreams. That's all I'm saying. Because once you're on your deathbed and your life flashes before your eyes, what do you want to see? What do you want to be proud of what you left behind? That you worked the whole damn time? Exploited people, took advantage of people, wasted people's time, cheated, climbed the ladder, used your privileges? No. You want experiences. You want to know that you left an impact, a legacy. You helped others, you gave back to the community. You educated, you learned, you grew. You made friends, you made relationships. What do you want to leave behind? Ask yourself that question every day. Like Lil Uzi Vert said, now I do what I want. We outside. Sometimes it's nice to just listen to nothing. There's so much noise. It's nice coming out here to just peace and quiet. You can really get your mind right. Tap in, connect with yourself. We forget that we are nature. It's like coming home. Kind of funny, but life is kind of like climbing a mountain. There's gonna be ups and downs on the journey, on the way up. It's not always gonna be easy. There's gonna be times you want to quit, turn around, but it's something inside of you that wants to keep going, to figure out what's at the top, to see that view up at the top. So it's all about staying determined and trusting yourself and trusting the universe that you're on the right path, and finding the right path if you're not on the right path. That comes with time and growth. Once you find that right path, you have that hope and you're positive that this is the right path. It's up to you to follow it, see it through. And then once you get to that top, you're gonna be glad that you went all the way and didn't turn around. see that view. You owe it to yourself. Push through, keep going, whatever it is your dream may be. Keep following that path. Keep moving upwards. Then once you reach it, there always will be another mountain to climb. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all enjoyed this hike. Like I said before, my name's Lucas Nature, and if you resonated with this video at all, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, save it, share it with a friend, someone who maybe needs to hear it. And we'll see you soon. Peace.